I wonder if I can find Sarah's grave here. Sarah Goodman, here you are. I'm not too sure what I'm expecting to find here. What is this? Could this have belonged to Sarah? Oh, God. She was murdered. Poor woman. Where have I seen her before? Probably here, but... I better leave her be. It was embarrassing enough already. This necklace.
My lord. I haven't seen that thing in ages. It belonged to my wife. May I? It was an anniversary gift. Where did you find it?
I visited her grave.
I used to do that, religiously, day after day, until I just stopped. It's a thing of beauty. Just like she was.
No, that's not right. I need to figure out all the details before focusing my energies. All right, just like Rose taught me, focus on 3 things and 3 things only. No, that's not right. All right, just like Rose taught me, focus on 3 things and 3 things only. Robert, I need you to think back and look for the name of this man in the picture.
I'm trying. I'm remembering the last time I met with my wife. He came up in that conversation. I just can't remember well. The details are...
Robert, please try to think back to that moment.
Have you ever lost someone you love, Agent? You want to hold on to the memories for as long as you can. But they dissipate through the years. And then all you're left with are the fragments, small moments. I've tried for too long to hold on to a ghost, and it didn't get me anywhere. Now I don't want to remember.
Robert, I know exactly what it is to lose someone you love. I lost my brother to a murderer. And I know what it is to chase ghosts, too. But there is a real chance here that if you're right, if your wife was indeed murdered, we may find this person. So please, help us.
It was the last time we met. We were at a train station. I was about to leave on a business trip. Again. Sarah was sad. She didn't want me to go. She hated this town.
I can't make anything out of this. My visions are too confused. Maybe I should pay Rose a visit. Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
Hello, Rose.
Hello, my dear. How are you doing, my dear? How's that case you were asking about last night?
I'm having some issues with it. Something maybe you could help me with?
Tell everything to Mama Rose.
I'm talking to this man. I need to help him remember something. I can see his memories, somehow, but there are pieces that are missing. Things he can't recall.
People sometimes bury details, but you'd be surprised how much they can remember if pointed in the right direction. Like when the sweet smell of a bakery reminds you of Mom's delicious baked goods. Mmm.
Right. But how can I figure what will trigger him to remember?
But you can do much more than just that. You can see what they think they have forgotten.
He's a little twitchy already. If I start telling him this stuff...
That is not the way to go about it. You can use your own mind to help them without pronouncing a single word. Think of it as a kind of regression.
Regression? How?
Is there anything in particular you want to remember, my dear?
Sometimes I wish I could go back to the time when my brother was killed.
Oh, my dear. Are you sure this is something you want to do? It can be very damaging to your soul, a thing like that.
I went to the cemetery today, and something's been bugging me ever since. I can't put my finger on what, so I'd like to try to remember.
As you wish. I will be here to help you. Close your eyes. Go back to that moment, that day. Remember what happened.
I can see him, but I can't quite remember.
What is fuzzy to you right now?
It's silly, but I can't remember the color of his jacket.
What else?
I don't know if he was calm or angry or sad. I can't remember. I always see him angry at me. Angry at...
try to remember what it really was, not the memory you've painted since. Tell me when you are ready, my dear.
I think I got it.
Now focus again. Focus on the actual regression and finish that memory you have just manipulated back into what it was. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Cordelia?
Who?
Someone I met today. She knows you. I stole a flower from her brother's grave. I'm such a horrible person. Who does that? What kind of a person forgets to bring flowers to her brother and steals them from another grave?
Calm down, my dear.
He was calm, Scotty. He had this expression on his face. He knew he would die. He had such a calm expression for my sake. He knew I had failed.
But you are still trying, my dear. And he knows that. Wherever he is, he knows that.
Buddy?
Yo!
What does the gadget do again?
It works like an ultraviolet light, only you can actually choose the color of light to cast, and it'll see through that color, revealing whatever's behind it. Not only that, you can also use it as a projector. Just plug it into your computer and transfer it.
See you later.
Alligator!
Agent Reed, what are you doing? Stop messing with my equipment.
I was wondering if I could borrow your tape recorder.
No, you can't.
It'll only be a minute.
I said no.
Buddy?
Yo!
I could use your help with Gallagher.
What do you want me to do?
You said your new hobby is to get on Gallagher's nerves. Can I see you in action?
That would make my day.
Wait 2 minutes and then meet me at the morgue.
Hello, Dr. Cadaver. Anything up?
Bobby, what a surprise.
I was just thinking about you. My pet cockroach just died, and I wanted you to run an autopsy.
Oh, my lord.
Please, it's very important. I'm very sentimental.
Bobby, you should go back to your hole upstairs before I make you part of my job.
I'm sure I could liven things up around here.
I'm past counting to 10.
That's awesome.
It would be awesome if you let me go back to
All
my
right,
work.
plugged in.
All right, Gally. I'll get out of your hair.
Thank you. Oh, my lord. Unbelievable.
October 12th, 2008. Recordings of case 342980, Sarah Goodman's death. Mr. Goodman, can you recall the events of the last time you saw your wife?
It was last Wednesday. I had to leave again for a business trip.
What do you do, Mr. Goodman?
I'm the vice president of a goods export company. My job involves a lot of travel.
Did your wife approve of your lifestyle?
No, Sarah was never happy about it, especially after we moved to Boston. We lived in a small town in California, but with the promotion, I had to move to the headquarters.
Did your wife have any friends or acquaintances?
No, Sarah was very lonely.
Was she depressed?
Where are you going with this?
Please answer the question.
Yes, Sarah was on antidepressants, but she would have never done this to herself.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night?
Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. But I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note said...
Damn. What would I need to reenact that time? Okay, let's see what I can make of this. Sarah was a very beautiful woman. So sad. I can't figure out what color dress she was wearing. Do you remember what color dress she was wearing that day?
Why are you asking me these questions?
It could help you remember details.
I can't remember.
He took a picture of her. Maybe this could help trigger more memories. What were you doing before you left? Did you have your cell phone with you? Did you receive any calls?
Yes, I did. And I took a picture of Sarah.
What did you do after?
I sent it to my sister. I don't know how this is of any help.
Trust me, it is. How can I find the time? How can I find the date? Do you remember the date when this happened?
No, I don't. Sorry, Agent.
Can you remember the time when you last met your wife?
No, I can't.
There's a text message from Karina. What's your sister's name?
Karina. I haven't seen her since, well...
Did she reply to that picture you sent her?
Yes. She commented on... She said she loved the color of the dress because it was her favorite color.
What is that?
Blue. Karina's favorite color is blue. It was our mother's favorite color as well.
Robert, I want you to listen to this and tell me if it brings back any memories.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night?
Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. But I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note said...
Any information you can give me from here?
The time. 9:30 p.m. It was something that Sarah always remembered from some date we had when we started going out. That was the time that night. Yes.
What about the note? What did the note say?
I don't remember. Don't you wish sometimes we could go back in time? I would have never left her that night.
What would I need to reenact that time? October 2008. This should help me figure out what I need. Do you remember the date when this happened?
No.
Can you remember the time when you last met your wife?
The time. 9:30 p.m. It was something that Sarah always remembered from some date we had when we started going out. That was the time that night. Yes.
They made a nice couple. Is this a note? Maybe I can make him remember it. What station were they at? Did you give her something that day? Anything?
Yes, in fact I did. A note.
What did the note say?
I don't remember. It was... I saw her opening the note as the tea pulled away.
Robert, you mentioned the last time you saw your wife was at a train station. Can you remember what station it was?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember what station it was, but I do remember I took her to a Thai restaurant on Boylston Street. Her favorite place. They have the best chicken curry in town. We went to the closest station on our way back.
Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
No. I'm sure I could remember if I hear the name.
This should help. Okay, let me look for that restaurant's name to help Robert. There we go. This should help Robert. Okay, Robert, tell me if any of these ring a bell. Curry Palace.
Yes, the Curry Palace, that's the one.
Okay, we're making progress. Robert, you mentioned the last time you saw your wife was at a train station. Can you remember what station it was?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember what station.
Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
Yes, the Curry Palace, that's the one.
All right, what do we have here? What did the note say? I need to gather more info. My visions are too confused. What about the note? What did the note say?
I'm sorry, Agent. I don't remember.
Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
McCoy?
Red?
I need to know what that damn note says.
Wouldn't your power help you?
No, it doesn't. Unless I reenacted whatever happened back then.
Go ahead, Red.
That's Davy's favorite. This is a crazy idea, but let's see if it works. I have to get as much... I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll give it a try.
This is obviously a suicide. At least it'll pass as one. We don't have time to deal with this.
Don't you want to investigate further?
When you've been on the force as long as I have, you'll learn to pick the big cases from the ones that'll only suck up your resources and not go anywhere. We'll talk more outside.
Do you remember any other details?
Oh, Sarah was romantic. She liked nice dinners with candles and having a song that was just for us. That night I handed her a note. The note said, it was something from a song called The Taking from the Scarlet Furies. She told me several times that it was our song. So I wrote her something from those lyrics. I wish I'd paid attention to that stuff when it mattered.
This is it. This is the song. The Taking by the Scarlet Furies. Sorry, I thought I had set this to vibrate.
That...
What about it?
That song. That's our song. Oh, the note I wrote her had a phrase from that song. And though the rest I'm bound to lose, the one thing I'll take with me is you. This is... strange.
It's a great song. And maybe it's a sign. I really do think I can help you, Robert.
This is obviously a suicide. At least it'll pass as one. We don't have time to deal with this.
Don't you want to investigate further?
When you've been on the force as long as I have, you'll learn to pick the big cases from the ones that'll only suck up your resources and not go anywhere. We'll talk more outside.
I remember now. I remember clearly. I took a picture of Sarah before we walked down to Copley Station. Sarah had that look on her face. I knew exactly what it was.
God, this station is dirty.
They need the janitor from our station. What's his name again?
Mr. Longmore. Anthony.
Anthony, yes. He's a nice man.
Yeah, he's one of the only friends I have.
You have to make an effort to like this city.
It feels like our life is a long string of goodbyes.
And hellos. Sarah, you know this is what I do for a living. Here, I wrote this for you. I could only find a napkin. I love you, Sarah.
Your train is here.
I'll be back before you know it. That was the last time I ever saw her alive. After I found her hanging in our apartment, my job, none of it made sense anymore. You have your name now. Am I free to go, Agent Reed?
Robert, I'm going to do my best to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, thank you. For Sarah's sake. You're a kind woman. I know it's none of my business, but you mentioned a brother who'd been murdered. Whatever happened to him, let it go. Don't end up where I did.
Way to go, kiddo. Go search that name. I'll give the man a ride.
Thanks.